Hmm? Good evening from wherever you're participating from. My name is Ibube Samuel, and I'm the CEO and Director of Traderton Academy, the foremost leading financial literacy academy in the whole world. So, in this video, I want to bring to us what I call frequently asked questions on tax, the new tax rules that will be implemented in Nigeria from January 2026. And what I want you guys to do, if you have any questions, you can drop it on the comment section and I'll provide answers. Okay. Now, I'm not a financial advisor, all right, but a diligent Nigerian who has done his diligent research and has come up with a review. Okay. So this is my LinkedIn handle. So I've actually had this on my LinkedIn about 2 months ago. So there about 90 impressions so far. So I just want to this is going to be the part one of the video. Okay, if the video is useful, I could go on to do part two and three to answer questions. Now online, you see people doing 1 hour video, 2 hours videos on tax. Most times we don't have time to go through that lengthy process. Okay, so I'm going to just go straight to the frequently asked questions and deal with it. Of course, every country pays tax. By the citizens pays tax, it is used for the development of the country. And to be a law-abiding citizen, it is expected that you must have your tax identification number. With your tax identification number, otherwise called the TIN, the government of your country can deduct a certain percentage, all right? Yes, and use it to develop, build infrastructures and all that. Now, please, if you are in Nigeria, you're going to come to the comment section. Please don't say anything negative about the government, okay? We are all building the country together, and someday it's going to get fine, all right? So let's get to question number one. When will the new Nigerian Tax Act take effect? So the answer is the new Nigerian Tax Act takes effect from 1st January 2026. Now, I'm doing this video on 21st of December. I would have done it earlier. But like I said, I had this on my LinkedIn, but because on my LinkedIn I have over 2,500 followers, but here on YouTube, this is my company's handle. So I just felt, since you guys trade forex and crypto, you should have a clue. Okay, so from 1st January 2026, we'll start implementing the new tax rule in Nigeria. Okay, all right. So now, if you have not gotten your TIN, please go to any nearest Federal Internal Revenue Service in your country and ensure you get, in your state rather, and ensure you get your TIN. Do it now before this date. Now, which specific individuals does the Nigerian tax law apply to? The answer is that it applies to all individuals that earn income in Nigeria. Whether you are a worker, content creator like myself, if for like on this YouTube now I have over 1,500 subscribers. Okay, now I'm not yet monetized anyway. So by the time I start being paid, the new tax act says that I will pay tax on the money that I'm being paid. Okay, remote workers, for those of you who are on LinkedIn, Fiverr, Upwork, whatever. Okay, by the time you are done doing your remote work, maybe a social media manager, you help to plan schedule for people, whatever it is you do, you're going to pay a tax on it. So influencers, traders, okay, and then Nigerians earning income abroad if they are tax residents in Nigeria. So even if you are earning income abroad and you're a tax resident in Nigeria, you still pay tax. Question three: will transfers and deposits into my bank account be taxed? They said no. Moving money around via POS transfers, deposits, or withdrawals is not taxable event. What is taxed is income earned. So maybe a federal government worker. The federal government already knows that, okay, at the end of the year, you are being paid 2 million. Okay, that's if you break down your salary. So they'll definitely take the tax on that, but not that you moved money from one bank account to the other. Okay, so for those of you that are wondering, what if I go and do POS? Will they tax it? No, it's not taxable. Okay, so guys, if you find this video useful, you can subscribe to the channel because I'm just doing the part one of it. Maybe before 10 minutes, I should be done. Will the money I keep in my bank account be taxed from 2026? They said no. Just having money in your account is not taxable. Only the income you earn, like salary, like I've said, business profits or interest, is what can be taxed. So the money that you save in your maybe PD vest or wherever, we don't tax it. Okay. And when I say we, I'm not part of the tax force, but it's not going to be taxed. Okay. So now they said I'm a student with no job. will I pay tax in 2026? They said no. If you have no taxable income, you won't pay tax. So if you're an undergraduate, or maybe you even do your master's, or your parents are still paying your school fees, we are saying this new tax act, you will not be required to pay any tax, except maybe you are also doing side hustle. Maybe you are doing a part time. You are also having a salary. So that's where, of course, in that salary there is still a benchmark. We'll get to that. So will tax authorities now monitor bank accounts of businesses more closely? They said yes. It will be easier for authorities to track compliance, but again, your bank balances will not be taxed. Profits and income are. So for those of you who have a CAC registered company, maybe with money, you now have a bank account, maybe with money point to any bank. So they say they'll be monitoring it closely. So all your profits. So you also get to know there's a benchmark. It's not like maybe you are making 1 million naira at the end of the month as a company, you'll be taxed. So we'll get there. So will I pay tax on the loan I borrow from Fair Money or any lender? They said no, loans are not taxable given that they are not income. However, the interest income earned by Fair Money will be taxed at their own hands. That means the people that are lending you money, for example, the Fair Money, I don't know because I've never loaned from Fair Money. But I want to assume that maybe at the end of the month, Fair Money will ask you to pay 20%. I don't know, please. I don't use Fair Money, okay? Yes. So what this new act is saying is that the federal government will require, let's say you borrowed 100,000 naira from Fair Money, and at the end of a 30-day period, Fair Money says you should pay 120,000 naira back. To Fair Money, 20,000 is their profit, is your loss, right? Okay, is their profit. So the federal government will now go to Fair Money and ask them to give them a certain percentage on that 20,000 that they made as profit on that loan they gave to you. Hope you understand. Okay. So going forward, so loans are not taxable. So you can, okay, I don't know whether I should say this in this video, but let me just say it. That means, at least if you stayed up to this point, you should get this information. If you are taking loans to do business, that's another way to cushion yourself. You are not breaking the law. You are avoiding the law. I won't say more than that. Okay, now I run a one-man business. Do I pay personal income tax or company income tax? That means you just maybe you did a business name registration, but you are the only one that is on the board of directorship, or maybe you are the only one that is a shareholder. That's what it means to run a one-man business. Do I pay personal income tax or company income tax? Now said if registered as an enterprise, that's business name, like I said, you pay personal income tax. If registered as a limited liability company, then you pay company income tax. Now, to get more clarity on that, probably you can hit a DM. I'll explain it to you. Some of you just have business name registration, right? If you have a business name registration, you don't have shareholders. So they say you pay personal income tax. But if let's say you register as a limited liability company where you're having maybe 1 million shares, 2 million shares, 10 million shares, you pay company income tax. Question 9. If I sell shares and make profit, will I pay tax in 2026? They said no. As long as the shares you hold are not more than 150 million in value and gain is not above 10 million. However, if it is higher than this threshold, the gain becomes taxable. So what we are saying is that let's say you bought Dangote's share, maybe Dangote Sugar or Dangote Cement, and maybe you bought at 10 million, right? Then you now decide to sell maybe when the share value appreciates to 11 million. Then the question is, okay, that extra 1 million you made, are you going to pay tax? We said no, because it is not up to, the gain is not up to 10 million. Then again, we are looking at, okay, what's the total value of shares you sold, okay, in the stock exchange market? If it is not above 150 million in value, you don't pay tax. The last question on this video is, I'm a pensioner. Will my pension become taxed in 2026? We said no. Approved pension and retirement benefits are exempt from tax. So if you have parents that are pensioners, don't worry, their pensions are not taxable. So if you have any further question, drop it on my comment and I'll do well to respond. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video, and peace out.